welcome to another Pick a Pole reading. It's lovely to be here exchanging energies with you all again, or perhaps for the first time if you haven't been here before, welcome. So I've been off for a little bit, probably about a week since I last had time to do a Pick a Pole reading or film a reading in general, actually to work at all. I've had rent inspections and then we had a long weekend, so my son had an extra day at home and lots going on this weekend as well, but I'm hoping that I've managed to squeeze this one in and get it completely finished to get it uploaded for you guys. But yeah, I will be back very consistently very soon. So today's reading is a glimpse into your next chapter. So we're going to find out what the next part of your story is bringing or sort of revolving around, and see what might be happening for you in the near future. So we have some charms to choose from today. Group 1, you have the seahorse. Group 2 have the flamingo. And group 3, you have the elephant. So before I leave you to pick a pile, don't forget that over on my Instagram page, which the page can be found in the description box below, over there is where you can book private readings for me. I normally post weekly horoscopes and various other readings over there when I'm not, this busy with life. But yeah, there's a lot to be found over there. And that's how you book private readings with me. All my services are in my story highlights. If you do like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe for future uploads. But this is where I'll leave you to choose your charm, and I'll see you over in your reading and we'll find out all about the next chapter of your life. Hello Seahorse group, how are you going? It's lovely to be here with you. So if you've been drawn to group 1, you've picked the seahorse, as I just made quite clear. We'll pop him over here because he's a bit darker. We'll be able to see him better over there. So we're looking at your next chapter, and we are going to start off with the astrology cards, because this will kind of tell me which areas are most heavily affected or most heavily involved in your next chapter. And this will give us a good starting point for the rest of the reading too. So if I will mention zodiac signs as well, because perhaps there's a person that's a part of this chapter as well, and it might resonate, or perhaps your sign comes out sort of extra validation for you, but the signs don't have to resonate. I'm just going to mention them anyway. But we're mostly here to find out sort of which houses and which areas of your life you can expect to be impacted or affected the most in the next chapter. So for group 1, what's their next chapter all about? So the first card out there is Mercury. Now, Mercury rules both Gemini and Virgo. Mercury is definitely a very analytical planet. It's a very sort of communicative planet. So whether that's even like communication with self or just, communication in general, it can be about communication. But yeah, it's a very analytical planet. So you could be heavily analysing things. You could be very heavily overthinking things and really communicating with yourself over something. I'll keep pulling cards to see if we get led to either Gemini or Virgo, or if I need to talk about both. But we'll keep going for now to get more of an idea. So for group 1, what's the next chapter all about? All right, so we'll take the face up card, Sagittarius. Okay, so Sagittarius is really, it's sort of about like philosophy, knowledge, truth, and like discovery. And with Mercury and that analytical message that was coming through, it looks like you could kind of be like studying or heavily thinking about like the bigger picture, life, philosophy, spirituality, the metaphysical. Maybe you're going to be going deep into like discovery mode, where you're on a search for truth, you're on the hunt for information, you're keen to learn, you're keen to just sort of discover truth or find truth. You could even be studying something new, some type of subject in the next chapter of your life, or sort of like expanding your knowledge on something, or you could even be teaching your knowledge to others in some way. We have Uranus coming out, which is Aquarius energy, and this is also about sort of connections and friendships and socializing. But then it's also, you know, Aquarius is known for getting really deep and for being really wise and for being into all of that sort of philosophy. And, you know, Aquarius and Uranus are known for like rebellion and sort of going against the grain, going against the norm. So maybe you're like getting familiar with either getting familiar with like a new topic or new skill, or you're like a freedom fighter type thing, like going against the government, standing up for what you believe in, that kind of thing. Maybe you're trying to influence a community, or you're becoming part of a community with the same beliefs, the same philosophies, the same values, and the same sort of outlook on life. And there could be like a lot of sort of communication with like-minded people, or like a community of people. So the communication seems like it's going to be external and internal. And it seems as though you could be aligning with people who are very similar to you in your next chapter. On the bottom, we have the 11th house. So that's Aquarius again. So these are like the same. So confirming again, kind of the message that I just said, where you might be linking up with like-minded individuals. You know, it's giving me freedom fighter type of vibes, or at least someone that's starting to awaken to truth in the world and kind of choose to stay aligned with your values and not really like not compromise them. But that's what I'm getting so far. So I might move these over there, those over there. All right, so we'll go into tarot now, I think, and I might use this one actually. So it's still tarot, but it's not like a traditional tarot, this deck. It's the Akashic Tarot, which is very unique, and we'll go into this for this reading because it's a unique kind of reading. But there are certain cards in this book in this deck where I get led to go to the book, because there are certain key messages in this book that are very important. So if I get pulled to go to the book, I will. If not, I'll just continue to read intuitively. So Group 1's next chapter. Oh, geez. Excuse me. Group 1's next chapter. What is it all about? What can you tell us? Okay, so we've got the One of Forces coming out first, the Akashic Field. So this is definitely you realigning with like past life versions of yourself where you've done this type of thing before. So in the past, so when I say past, I'm talking past lives. So in past lives, you were a spiritual person and you have awakened to your spiritual nature before. And in this life, you're meant to realign with that destiny and do something with that spiritual nature. So you definitely have some type of spiritual purpose, and this could be where you're beginning to walk that path, or starting to create something, or starting to do something that's very aligned with you. So it seems like you guys are definitely ascending and kind of, you know, standing really strong in your values and your morals, and I feel like trying to fight for some kind of change, or kind of there's like a non-conformity energy coming through where like you're not compromising yourself to blend in, or to sort of just go along with it, with what the government is saying and things like that. That's the type of energy that I'm getting through there. So you're definitely like you've done this before, and as you continue down this path, you'll continue to like enhance your gifts and expand your gifts and get really in tune with them. We've got the Three of Forces, so that's the bird's nest. So this is about sort of attending to the home. It can be about creation. Threes can definitely be about like creativity, fertility, creation. And as you can see here, it's like this mother bird is just really tending to her nest. She's really prioritizing her children, her home, her environment, and making that like a sanctuary. You know, like it looks very, very peaceful in here. You know, it's away from harm. It's, you know, it's got sunlight. It's got everything they need there to feel secure and to feel safe and to feel nurtured. So it looks like you're really sort of, if you have children, maybe you're fighting for your children's sake and you're like really trying to create a better future for them. Or maybe you are sort of creating something at home, whether it's a home business, you know, realigning with a higher purpose and creating something of your own. We now have 3 ones on the table, so you could definitely be starting a new path that is something of your own, where you're building something from the ground up. The Ark of the Covenant is again that kind of message about like realigning with your higher self's contract. So when we come into this world or this existence, we usually come in with a contract of like all the things that our soul's signing up for, all the challenges, all the lessons, all the growth that we're signing up for. And then we usually have like a mission that we're here to complete as well. So if you lose touch with that, then you kind of break your contract. But then this in the upright is about like living that contract and walking that contract, following it through. So you guys are definitely sort of realigning to a higher purpose, a higher calling, and sort of really prioritizing that. And it seems like it's the beginning of this contract with your higher self. So it's like something is beginning and you're creating this beginning yourself. So either you're creating a community or you're creating a home business or you're creating something. Look at that on the bottom is the 1 of keys. I feel very called to take that. Another one. So we now have 1111 on the table. And again, creating something from the ground up. You are building this from the ground up, starting with plans, blueprints, and then, you know, the actual building part begins. So definitely building something from scratch. It's definitely has like a spiritual purpose to it, or like a, if it's not a spiritual purpose, like a spiritual business, then it's like just something aligned with your spirit. So it's something that you've done in a past life and that you're meant to carry out in this life. So yeah, you're going through a real realignment. I feel like maybe recently you've kind of been going through a lot of inner transformation. Yeah, really awakening to, I don't know, the bigger picture and the broader perspective in life, and reconnecting with your true nature and like discovering the path that you're meant to take. Alright, so we have the King of Roses coming up now. And as you can see here, this character here, he's pointing that way. And sometimes I'm sure that in this card, I could check just in case, but I'm sure that he points to something that can help you in this matter. So, or help you with what you're building. So let's double check to make sure that I'm right with that. Okay, so yeah, it says it can show you some specifics about your plans or change of plans. It can also alert you to unseen events or people of influence that are not yet known to you. So the King of Roses is more a person. Like the King of Roses is the king and queen in this deck are people, not so much events. So it looks like, as it says here, unseen events or people of influence that are not yet known to you. So in your next chapter, it looks like there's going to be a person who's quite significant in it as well. It's someone that's going to help you with this. They are either going to be someone like a romantic partner who like really supports you sort of emotionally and helps to kind of support your vision, or it could be like a business partner who has a lot to invest in this project. So you could be teaming up with someone on the project. It could be a romantic partner, or it could just be like, a really nice friend or person that you meet who has a lot of wisdom to share with you, and like unknowingly gives you like the perfect advice that they didn't know you needed. That kind of energy. Yeah, so it did say specifically that this person is not known to you yet. So I feel like there's someone that you're going to meet in the next chapter. I don't feel like you know them just yet. Or if you already know them, then maybe you've just sort of haven't realized how, what's the word I'm looking for? Like beneficial to your plans they are. Like maybe you haven't had those conversations, and then once you start kind of opening up and speaking, then you realize that you share similar values or something along those lines, and then they have the right information that you need, or they know the right person or something like that. That's kind of what I'm seeing. I'm just going to take a quick drink of water. Okay, so you could definitely be seeing 1111 a lot, or you may start seeing that following this reading as confirmation. Why don't we go through and clarify. Let's clarify this King of Roses and see what we can find out about them. Who is the King of Roses, please, for Group 1 in their next chapter? Interesting. It could definitely be someone from your past that reconnects with you. Or someone like a childhood friend. So either someone that you have to reconnect with, whether it's romantic or not, it's like a reconnection, or it's like a childhood friend. Or again, like I'm also seeing, so I'm actually picking up a few different things. So a few different people, you're going to resonate with it a little bit differently. So for some, it's a childhood friend. For some, it's someone that you have to reconnect with, like you haven't connected in a while. And then for others, it's like a mentor or someone older than you who has wisdom to pass down to you or pass on to you. So just to run over the signs, we have Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, Aquarius, and Aquarius. So any of those signs could either be yours or maybe the person that's coming through for you. But yeah, what should I do next? Maybe we can look at kind of like what's going on spiritually or energetically for you. What deck will I use for that? Excuse me a moment. I never know where I'm going to go with these readings, so I never have the right decks out. Alright, so we'll just give this one a quick shuffle. And then we'll pull you a card to see spiritually, energetically, spiritually, energetically, maybe what sort of challenging you or sort of either challenging you or helping you. Maybe we'll just see what's helping or what's hindering you in this next chapter on an energetic level. So for group 1, okay, we've got number 26, act with love and light, act with care. Oh, I should have grabbed the book for this. Damn it. One sec, guys. Okay, yeah, this book is very informative and helpful as well, and I usually like to use it for these. So 26. So this is kind of what's either helping or hindering you. We'll find out as we kind of read the message. But this is more like on an energetic or spiritual level. So it's got 26, love and light. Resistance, higher intervention is required, act with care. Sending this love and light means 2 things. Love, the deepest form of unconditional love possible that you have in your heart and beyond physical comprehension. And light, the purest form of light that permeates any darkness and finds any cracks or imbalances that are unable to resonate at this frequency or vibration, gently raising those to this level. People can sometimes be resilient to assistance. Those with addictions or challenging behavioural or physical issues may not be able to ask or be willing to receive help. Feeling helpless can be overwhelming to caregivers and those with strong empathetic qualities. Not being able to offer aid or having assistance refused when a person's pride is too great can also feel disheartening. More importantly, though, is to remember to respect their free will by acknowledging their own personal interference or intrusion into this person's life. Being too pushy in this area will have the opposite effect and personal karmic backlash, so make sure your ego is kept in check. Those stuck in victimhood archetypes or their emotional pain body are often not willing to be active participants in their own healing on a conscious level, particularly if their reasoning is recent or raw, including issues such as trauma and grief. Everyone heals in their own time, and it's important for respect to be given in this moment. All you can do right now is send this issue or person love and light. You are merely an observer in this case, and it's out of your hands. Regardless of the physical outcome, there is little you can do except sending this loving energy to this issue. This has the potential to energetically shift the situation into a positive outcome. Anyone you know can receive this loving form of healing energy. Purely sending from your heart with the celestial realm of 100% pure light can alter lower energies into a higher frequency, helping those experiencing hardships or a tough time in life. The affirmation here is, I accept I cannot save everyone. I choose to help those open to assistance. So there could be someone that you're trying to help or trying to assist that's just not willing to be helped or not willing to receive or not willing to listen. So it's just a reminder to kind of respect that person's free will and just like send love and light from a distance. That's really all you can do in this matter. So when it comes to I guess like your spiritual awakening and you kind of getting more in touch with your spiritual nature, I feel like you are a little bit more sensitive to those things. Yeah, and I just feel like maybe your message there is to, like, if you're trying to help someone or if you're trying to help someone see something or see the truth of something and they're not willing to see it or hear it or like act upon it or whatever the case, don't take it to heart. Just sort of detach and, send them love and light from a distance. Again, that's really all you can do in that situation. Otherwise, you're probably going to drain your own energy by trying to like overextend or perhaps if you hold on to that feeling of like being disheartened or being sort of rejected when you're trying to offer help or assistance. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing here for you guys. So what I'm going to do is pull some affirmations for you guys. So what are the affirmations for group 1 to start using in preparation for this new chapter? What are the affirmations for group 1 to start using now in preparation for this next chapter? The wisdom and the intelligence of the universe is mine to use. I trust in life to support me. Oh, I love that for this reading, because you're definitely kind of like reconnecting to your spiritual nature and past life versions and gifts and talents, and kind of recalling all of those things back to you, because it is all there and it's accessible. It's just a matter of setting the intention and awakening to it all. What are the affirmations group 1 can start using now in preparation for this new chapter? Divine order is ever present in my life, and there is plenty of time for all that I choose to do. So divine order is definitely at play here. Like, this is not just obviously completely free will, like you have the support of the divine here. Like, this is a divine path, so divine order is definitely present, but there's also no rush. So even though the divine is here pushing and supporting, there's also plenty of time, and you don't need to rush or feel like there's any pressure either. I know that the universal power is everywhere, in every person, place and thing. See how many, all of your cards are all about like the universal power and the divine power and the divinity in everything and anything, you know. Like, this is a really big reading for you guys, and your next chapter is very much a spiritual one, where you're, you know, realigning with your higher path, your higher purpose. Underneath the deck, we've even got another one that says, the moment I am willing to change, the universe begins to help me. It brings me whatever I need. So it's definitely in favor of this path, and it's conspiring to help you and to work with you and to make things happen for you. So there's not a whole lot of effort that you need to put in, other than just sort of being consistent and having faith, you know, in this plan. So that's where I'm going to leave you, group 1. Thank you very much for coming to watch this reading. I really appreciate you. Don't forget to like and subscribe for future uploads if you're interested. But until next time, stay safe, have an amazing day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye. Hi to the Flamingo group. Welcome to your next chapter reading. So if you're here, you've chosen the little flamingo charm that I am struggling to grab. And we're going to have a glimpse at your next chapter and find out what is going on. So we are going to start with my astrology deck, and we're going to first find out sort of what areas of your life are the most, you know, I guess the center stage energy, you know, what's being affected the most in the next chapter, or sort of what key areas are going to be affected. So for the Flamingo group, group 2, what's their next chapter all about? Okay, so we've got Gemini coming out first. So you could be a Gemini, or there could be a Gemini that's involved in your next chapter. Or I'm kind of looking at that really as in like communication. Sometimes Gemini can represent, if we're thinking in terms of the third house, we can look at sort of short trips. Sometimes like transport, sometimes delays. So we'll keep going and see what else we can find. But the first thing that stuck out to me was like the 2 people that I could see in there. So I do feel like it's mostly to do with communication, possibly involving another person. we have the third house, which is Gemini again. So heavy Gemini energy. So again, so this is, they're the same thing. The third house is Gemini. So, or it's ruled by a Gemini. Or is it? I always get it mixed up if it's Gemini rules the third house or the third house rules Gemini. I think it's the first, but I don't know. Either way. So here we're talking again, communication, transport, short trips, delays. It can be like a very analytical energy because it does link to Mercury. Keep going. Group 2. What's their next chapter all about? Group 2. Oh, that one came out with force. So the second house is Taurus energy. So Taurus is all about finances, security, money, material, like indulgence, that kind of those kind of areas. So that's something else that's coming through in Taurus there. But Taurus is also ruled by Venus, which can be about like partnerships and romance and friendships. And I keep coming back to like the two people and the communication and things like that. So I am keeping in mind that Venus energy is kind of present here. I was supposed to pull the bottom deck, but I started shuffling, so I'm just going to shuffle out the last one. What is Group 2's next chapter all about? One more card, please. We have Neptune, so that's Pisces or the 12th house, and this can be about secrets, hideaways, illusions. It can be about like privacy. It can be about undoing karma, depression, crisis mode. So I'm quite intrigued here because I don't know where this is going to go at the moment. It almost looks like there could be information found out, like if you're in a partnership on some level, it looks like maybe some secrets are going to come out and you're going to hear oh my God, I can't talk. You're going to hear about it through a third party. Very interesting. Let's start getting into the cards and just find out what's going on here. This looks a little bit juicy. Because, yeah, it does look like you could find out something about a friend or a loved one. But let's see. So, how are we going to structure this one? Let's clarify each thing, I reckon. Let's clarify the Gemini card. So why is Gemini an important part of Group 2's next chapter? Why is Gemini coming through as an important part of Group 2's next chapter, please? We have the Three of Wands. Am I taking reversals today? Why is Gemini here as an important part of Group 2's next chapter? Oh, yep, it was reverse. Okay, So there's definitely the Three of Wands in the reverse with the Star in reverse. There's like a loss of hope and like something's cut short. So like a trip's cut short, or a plan's cut short, or a journey's cut short, and there's a major loss of hope and hurt in there, and it's very unexpected. So something just unexpectedly crumbles or comes to an end, or like I said, gets cut short. So whether you were planning a trip with this person, that it's now getting cut short because you're finding something out, but there is something shocking or unexpected coming out, and it cuts something short, whether it's a journey, a trip, a partnership, some sort of plan gets cut short. Why is the third house so important in the next chapter for group 2? So I do see that some of you, maybe this is a partnership where someone has either done something in the dark and it's coming to light, or it's just something that's bad enough to cause a separation. And then if this resonates for you, I feel like you are going to throw yourself into the second house. So like your value, like, sorry, not your values, your finances, your work, your material world, and you're going to throw yourself into that to sort of create the illusion that you are stable and that you're doing well, but it's almost avoidance. It's kind of like not acknowledging the way you really feel and just throwing yourself into work and like just wanting to be successful and hit goals and things like that. So we have the Ten of Wands coming out to clarify the third house. So yeah, there could definitely be something ending. That is the end of a cycle. And it's usually the end, a very overwhelming end to a cycle, that one. Why is the third house so important in... Yeah, the Five of Pentacles is like an abandonment card, or being left out in the cold, being ghosted, being neglected, rejected, discarded almost. So, I'm not... If it's not resonating as a relationship with some of you, it could be that you were planning on a trip and it doesn't go to, like something happens where it can't, how would I word it? It's almost like you lose money on this trip that you've planned because you, like something happens unexpectedly, and then you have to carry the burden of not being able to get your money back because, like, you know, insurance doesn't cover or we said here we wouldn't cover this, or like something about having to carry like the financial burden of it and then trying to maybe recover from that. So for some people in this group, I'm seeing like a relationship coming to an end in a really abrupt and overwhelming way. And then for others, I'm seeing some sort of, it's either to do with it, like a trip that gets cut short and you lose money, or something to do with your foundation where maybe you lose a job or you lose your home, or there is something that you lose that kind of has you a little bit concerned and overwhelmed, I'm not going to lie. So why is the second house such a big part of group 2's next chapter, please? We have the Four of Wands. So yeah, that's like a card of stability. So you could just be really throwing yourself into your finances and your work to find structure and stability and security for yourself. The Four of Wands can be about like marriages and commitments and things like that. So if you do if the home thing resonates with you and you're losing a home and you're overwhelmed and worried, I do see that you will secure a home and you will secure those strong roots and find that stability again. And then for some of you, maybe because you're separating from someone, maybe you're having to relocate. That could be another thing as well. So it could tie in together for some. Why is the second house here for group 2's next chapter? Yeah, trying to recover from this painful ending. So I don't feel like you are leaving someone. I feel like there's like betrayal here. If you're in a relationship, there's some sort of betrayal or like sudden ending that you didn't see coming. I don't really see like infidelity or like someone cheating, but there is a sense of like it being really unexpected or just like not seeing it coming, which could be what makes it so overwhelming. And that could be why Neptune's here, is because you were under the illusion that everything was fine, but there were secrets here and someone wasn't happy. Why is Neptune such a big part of group 2's next chapter, please? So we have the 5 of Swords and the 8 of Wands. I just found it interesting that they came out sort of like facing each other, if that makes sense. But yeah, I do, if you're in a partnership, I do feel like it could be a very harsh, blunt, quick ending, and things could move very, 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 very quickly from there. But I do feel like some harsh words are being exchanged, if that resonates for you in that sense. But if it's resonating more as losing something else and then needing to recover, I'm kind of seeing this as I feel like it's like when you kind of find your feet again, like when you kind of start finding that stability. No, I feel like there's a person involved here. They're not really giving me anything else now. Like the more that I get into it, it does feel like a person, there's like some sort of like separation. Because it definitely looks a little bit like a rebuild. And then sort of like having to deal with the aftermath and overcome everything. We'll just see what's on the bottom of the deck as well. We have the 8 of Swords in the reverse there. So definitely sort of breaking out of like a situation that either wasn't going anywhere, or it just had you feeling stuck, or it was limiting you in some way, or maybe you weren't, again, like you weren't seeing the truth of this situation properly. Because here she's blindfolded and her arms are tied, so it's almost like, yeah. And then kind of under there, it's sort of like taking your power back and then facing things very head on and very clearly and truthfully, like very different energies in those cards. So I do feel like once this information comes to light, because there is something that's being kept from you at the moment, I just can't fully see what it is, because for everybody it's going to be slightly different. But I do feel like as soon as you discover this information, you definitely go in your power and you like cut out whatever's not serving you, and things start to happen very quickly. All right, so we will pull a card from this deck now and sort of see, sort of spiritually or energetically, what's either helping you or hindering you, like what's challenging you in any way, or how your energy is going to be going throughout this time. I just need a quick drink of water, one moment. Alright, so for group 2, in this next chapter, what's helping them or hindering them energetically or spiritually? Wow, did you see that? That was hectic. Another number 5. You've got 5, 5, 5. You've got 2 10s, which is double 5. 3 and 2 makes 5. A lot of 5. So this is, yeah, and then look at that, between worlds, new direction. So major transformation for you. It's like you're in between worlds in this next chapter, and you're like going, you know, into a completely new direction. Like it's almost like you're going through like an uprooting, like everything's changing for you. This is a major upheaval or a major transition here. So you're definitely in between worlds in this next chapter, and really kind of, I do strongly feel like there could be a relocation going on here. Major change. It's not a small change. This is major change. But again, it's very positive, and I do feel like it's getting you on path to where you need to be, and it's all moving you in the right direction. But we'll grab the book and we'll have a quick read of number 5. Between worlds, life transition, new directions. The ancient soul of the sea turtle travels on many journeys throughout its physical life. The hard shell of the turtle is its home and its protection. Across many religious and cultural groups, turtles can be viewed as good or bad omens. They are often visualized as the bridge between heaven and earth and the guiding spirit that supports the world and its people. Turtles are independent travelers, always pushing forward in new directions. The nature of the sea turtle encourages exploration and experimentation at a steady pace. Patience is needed now as you encounter new opportunities that will directly affect your life decisions. While the turtle represents the patience of life and waiting for the right time, you are encouraged not to wait too long. Right now, you may be feeling energetically blocked, physically stagnating, or feeling stuck, or in between decisions that could take you left or right, leaving you worrying if you will make the wrong decision. Everything comes in divine direction with the turtle totem. Try to avoid waiting too long to seize opportunities if they present themselves while the current momentum is present. Being in the right place at the right time is essential for the turtle. Be patient but assertive. A new change in career path, living arrangements, and residential location are possible now. Your home is your sanctuary. Ensure a physically clean and decluttered atmosphere for relaxation and wellness. Pay close attention to where you direct or channel your personal energy, as you can be led down opposing paths. Travel and long journeys can be favourable now, including physical and spiritual quests. Go with the flow, enjoy the journey, and trust in the process of life. Ultimately, just like the sea turtle, you may need to surrender, let your spirit wander and drift within the sea of life to find your direction. Affirmation: I trust in the flow of life. I am safe and protected in my soul's sacred journey. So that was a beautiful message of what we have been picking up throughout the reading, not just with that card. So there's a heavy influence on relocation, travel, journey, whether inner journey or outer journey, but heavy on the outer journey. Heavy relocation vibes, heavy travel vibes. So, yeah. So I do feel like if a trip was cut short and you have to financially recover, I do feel like you will regain your stability. Perhaps you might have to go through some conflict with the airline or something, but there could be a breakthrough or something. So look into it. Otherwise, you'll just recover quickly. You know, you'll find your feet and you'll be off again, because the Eight of Wands is also travel too. So So we're going to finish off with some affirmations. So what affirmations can group 2 begin using now in preparation for this new chapter? So we've got, I choose to believe that it is easy to change a thought or a pattern. It is my choice to do so. I am willing to go beyond my own limitations. I am wonderful and I deserve and accept all the good that life has to offer. A powerful affirmation is to stand with arms wide open and say, I am willing to let the love in. It is safe to let the love in. I am worthy of prosperity and abundance. So I won't get a bottom for you guys because we got the 4 there. But there is, I do feel like these 2 specifically are definitely in here for those people that are leaving a relationship behind. I feel like this affirmation is for you to go where you are loved and to go where it is genuine, pure love, and to know that you are worthy of it. So if you're having to leave a person behind, you know, in the past, maybe you've told yourself that you can't, or, you know, you couldn't live without them, but now you're maybe rewriting that. You're willing to go beyond your own limitations and recognize that you deserve and you are worthy of all the good that life has to offer. So it seems like maybe your self-worth or issues with your self-worth have maybe kept you stuck or trapped in a situation longer than it has deserved you to, for some of you. And then others of you, you know, it's like you just sort of, you were limiting yourself in the sense that you were choosing not to see something. You know, you were choosing to go with the illusion and not look further than that. And I feel like, you know, the thought or the pattern that's changing is that you're willing to see the truth when it comes out. You know, you're willing to do something different. You're willing to see yourself differently. You're willing to go where you are loved. You're willing to let the love in by getting out of your comfort zone. Yeah, so that's what I'm seeing for you, group 2. Thank you very much for coming and watching this reading. I hope you've enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe for future uploads if you're interested. But until next time, stay safe, have an amazing day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye. Hi, group 3. Welcome to your reading, where we're going to have a little bit of a glimpse at your next chapter. So if you're here, you were drawn to the elephant charm. And we are going to get into your message for your next chapter. So we'll pop the elephant over there, and we're going to start with the astrology deck to kind of see which areas of your life are going to be sort of the key areas or the key themes of your next chapter. And that'll give us a good starting point to kind of go through and see what else is part of that chapter, or get more detail, I should say. So for group 3, the elephant group, what is their next chapter about? What is group 3's next chapter about? What's group 3's chapter all about? Group 3's next chapter. Okay, I'm just going to give it another quick shuffle because I botched that sentence and sometimes I overthink if I don't say the sentence right. I feel like, you know, for all I know, my guides might take me too literally, and then they might talk about this chapter when we're talking about the next chapter. So group 3's next chapter, what's it all about, please? Okay. So the first card out is Libra. So Libra is sort of Venus energy, and it is the 7th house. And this is all about partnerships, romance, love, relationships, friendships. It can be about evaluating, it can be about balance, it can be about desires, that type of energy. So there could be a key partnership, friendship, or love interest that's part of your next chapter. Or it could just be about sort of flirting and being social and having fun. So we'll keep going and find out. Group 3's next chapter. What's it all about, please? Oh. Oh, you're joking. We got the 7th house. So this is Libra again. So I'm feeling romance is in the air. So you guys are either in a romantic energy and kind of like putting yourself out there, or you're really experiencing a really harmonious time with your partner if you're already coupled up. But it seems like, you know, your partnerships, friendships, intimate relationships are going to be a very big aspect of your next chapter. So we'll keep going because we're getting 4 cards for each group. What is the next chapter for group 3? So we have the 8th house. And the reason why I've giggled a little bit is because this is Scorpio or Pluto energy, and this is probably the one card that we would link to sort of sex. So because we're getting a lot of partnership energy, and I'm picking up a lot of romance and flirting, for the 8th house to come out, I do feel like, you know, there's intimacy, there's, you know, taboo type energy. So maybe some of you, obviously I'm going to try to like delicately put this because I want everybody to know that there's absolutely no judgment from my end, and I'm not criticizing or anything like that. But maybe some of you are kind of just putting yourself out there, you're seeing different people, you're enjoying your freedom, or maybe even if you're in a partnership, you might be opening up to like welcoming a third party into the connection. I've never had that message before, so it must be for someone out there. But then we also have, linking to the 8th house, we have like rebirth and reincarnation. So there could be a partnership that's like rebirthing in your life. So maybe it's someone that you're reconnecting with, or like a relationship that you're bringing like a restart to. That could definitely be what that's referring to. Or yeah, like definitely could be like exploring in the bedroom with your partner or with a partner, or like I said, multiple. Anything else that I'm seeing? You could be doing like a lot of self-reflection about what you need in a partner. That could be another thing there as well. We'll get one more card and then we'll start getting some clarifying messages for you guys. Alright, so we're only taking the top one there, which is Pluto, which is Scorpio, which is all of the same things that we just said. So you've got heavy Venus and Pluto energy in your reading. So I do feel like we're going to either be going into a message where there's like a partnership coming back to life or coming back around, or it's going to be a very fun, flirty, explorative reading. So, which deck do I want to go? Actually, I know what I want to use for this reading. I'm going to use the Tarot of Sexual Magic. Hold on a second. Because, yeah, I'm sorry, but this is definitely like, I'm getting major, like, this is not really just like platonic friendship vibes. This is at the very least intimate relationship vibes, even if it's at a platonic level. So we're going to get this deck. Right, so we're on to group 3 now, and we would like to know, why is Libra in the 7th house coming through as such a strong part of group 3's next chapter, please? Why is Libra in the 7th house coming through for group 3's next chapter? Oh, these are so slippery, these cards. I think I'll just take uprights in this deck too. So why is Libra in the 7th house here for group 3's next chapter, please? Okay, so we have the Four of Pentacles coming out first. So this does make me think that potentially there's been someone that has, either you or someone else has been keeping their cards a little bit close to their chest, not wanting to reveal or say too much, or just trying to keep really controlled. We have another 4, the 4 of chalices, so the 4 of cups. And then we have the Knave of Pentacles. So I'm actually seeing a little bit of like they're giving me a bit of a vision here with these 3 images. Where like it's like you maybe have met this person before. You potentially have had, you either met them out drinking or you have had drinks with them and you've had a quiet moment together, and I think that you have had intimate relations with each other already in the past, but it was limited. I feel like it had a really good foundation, but it didn't. Yeah, that control, I think that's why that control message came through with the Four of Pentacles, is that instead of just letting go and just going with the flow, I feel like you or this person were kind of acting in too much of a controlled manner, like trying to be in control and not sort of like get lost in the emotional world or something. I feel like I'm not bringing this through properly. It could have been either like a fight for control, like both people have a very masculine type energy where both parties are a little bit sort of dominant. But I more pick up like, instead of being open to the experience and just going with the flow, someone was sort of set in their ways and like not wanting to get in too deep, trying to be really controlled in the way that they participated in this experience. So let's keep going anyways. We'll get maybe, we'll get another one out for Libra in the 7th house. I also can't help but feel like these 2 people look like they're trying to like sneak away. And then even here, like he's kind of like hiding behind her. So there's like feeling like you needed to be low key or something. All right, give me some more. Why is Libra in the 7th house a big part of the next chapter here? We've got the 6 of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles is normally about sort of like give and receive. I'm going to get all the cards out here. Can we now clarify why the 8th house and Pluto is a big part of Group 3's next chapter, please? The 10 of Pentacles. It's like they now want to come, this person wants to come in and give you everything. Why is the 8th house and Pluto here? Two of Cups, they think that you're a soulmate. Why is 8th house and Pluto here in Group 3's next chapter? Two of Pentacles, wanting to bring balance and harmony back to the situation. I almost feel like they're going to, oh, why did that come into my hand? The Devil. Of course, because that's why. Underneath, we have the 8 of Pentacles. So, oh, that's interesting. We might come back to that in a second. It does look like this person sort of tried to leave you alone, but they literally couldn't. Like the attraction here is hot and heavy, and it's almost like an obsession. I'm not seeing anything too toxic. I actually see something very fulfilling here with the 2 of Cups, the 10 of Pentacles, even the 6 of Pentacles. This is like someone who really wants to give you what you deserve, and they see you as someone very abundant and someone worthy of long-term connection. They see you as a soulmate. They have a lot of love for you, and they want to find a way to bring balance. And I feel like they're going to surprise you, or like sort of sneak, like this is like sneak up on you, but like not in a physical sense. Like it's almost like they just sort of reach out of nowhere, or they come out of nowhere, and they're willing to work for it. They're willing to, put the work in, I guess, to it looks like they're willing to do the work in. They want to show you that they've got your back, and they want to sort of bring in a new cycle with better communication. They want to be more truthful and more open, and they want to show you that they trust you, I feel. And I feel like they want you to trust them as well. So this looks like it's someone coming back in that maybe either you ghosted them or they ghosted you, or someone was kind of a little bit in denial about feelings here, that's for sure. Or either maybe even trying to avoid them, or just trying to keep a lid on their feelings, feeling like they needed to hide for some reason possibly. But it does look like they kind of want to commit now, and give you what you deserve, because they do see you as someone very abundant. They see you as someone that they have a very deep and soulful connection with. They can't stop thinking about you. They can't stop fantasizing about you. No one really compares, and they need to find a way to kind of bring balance to this situation, is kind of what I'm seeing here. So, your next chapter is spicy. It looks like it's going to be very intimate. It's going to be quite erotic. I feel like there's a lot of passion involved with this person. Scorpio and Libra are the biggest signs that we have coming out here. But I'll also mention Capricorn, the Knave of Pentacles gives me more Taurus vibes, but I'll say Earth. And we do have a lot of Earth in the reading. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Earth cards in the reading. So an Earth sign could be involved here. But we will move on to the next part of the reading. So we're going to go into this deck here, and we're going to kind of look at spiritually, energetically, what's going on in your next chapter. So like more like internally. So group 3's next chapter, what's going on energetically or spiritually wise. Group 3's next chapter. We have number 7, Celestial Gatekeeper. Time is critical. Interesting, we have the 7th house that came out. So we've got another number 7 and we have a 7 right underneath that as well. So we'll go into the book for this explanation and we'll have a quick read. But yeah, 777 is something that you guys might see. You've also got 22 and 44 that came out right next to each other. So they are numbers that you could see as well. Let's see. Number 7, Celestial Gatekeeper. Clear your focus. Timing is critical. The eagle is considered a sacred animal in many cultures. Unafraid of confrontation, the resilience and unshakable confidence and courage that eagles demonstrate ensure their presence is felt. Their commanding and majestic presence, soaring high above the land below, demands your respect whether you reside or walk within it. When you reside or walk within it. Flying in between the realms of earth and spirit, these majestic animals are celestial gatekeepers, transporting spiritual communication between the heavenly gateways. Eagles have always been closely associated with God or a spiritual higher power. The Aztecs, Sumerians, Romans, Egyptians, and Native Americans all viewed the eagle as a sacred bird that empowered the people below them. Many ancient and modern cultures adopt the eagle as their spiritual icon. The freedom and wisdom these majestic birds are sorry, let me start that sentence again. Many ancient and modern cultures adopt the eagle as their spiritual icon. The freedom and wisdom these majestic birds represent are inspiring. These predatory birds rely upon their vision and ability to read wind currents to survive in their natural habitats. The sacred relationship between the Mongols and the golden eagle signify the power and respect these beautiful eagles represent and are considered more valuable than human relationships as they depend upon them for their own survival in the Siberian wilderness. Right now, you require a clear focus of what is ahead of you. Your timing is critical. While you may have a sense of urgency, it is important not to rush. Think about the issue or circumstances carefully before you act. Ensure you have planned your forward process. All decision making needs to be carefully considered before you jump in prematurely. Make sure you have all the facts in front of you. Eagles are deeply connected to the celestial realm as are you. Be aware of the eagle's subtle messages as they are encouraging you to raise and elevate your vibration to build a divine relationship, a celestial pathway with a higher source. Pay attention to dense or lower energies so that you can see how this interaction affects your personal energy. Affirmation: I resonate with divine order. My soul is activated to the highest vibration. So I feel like before diving straight into the connection with this person, you need to kind of be objective and look at all the facts. So maybe you need to have those conversations and be like, what are your intentions? Like, where do you want this to go? Are you going to come in and leave again? Are you just to have those conversations and figure out exactly what's up and not leave anything to the unknown, because I don't know, I kind of get a vibe that maybe potentially the viewer here wants maybe more than just a lustful on and off relationship. And maybe you want to make sure that this person's on the same page and have that conversation with them and kind of air everything out and be very clear about your intentions and get clear on theirs before you go down this road. I feel like you're guided not to just jump back into bed with them. I feel like you're asked to make them work for it and make sure that they actually have your back and have those conversations and those uncomfortable talks that you need to have, just to make sure that you're both on the same page, you're both on the same timing, just getting clear with each other. Or if you just want to have fun, being clear on that as well. Just making sure that you're being very open and honest with each other is the way to go here. All right, so We'll finish off with some affirmations. So what affirmations can group 3 use from now to start preparing for this next chapter? What affirmations can group 3 begin using in preparation for this next chapter? Wherever I go and whomever I meet, I find my own love and my highest good waiting for me. So maybe, setting that intention will help to make sure that whoever does come into your life next is for your highest good. So whether it changes your course and makes someone else come in, or if this person comes to you, then maybe you can, if you're using this affirmation, I think that you can trust that the person coming in for you is for your highest good. And then also I feel like maybe, when we do meet people, they're usually a reflection of our own vibration, and they're vibrating on the same level as we are if we're drawn to each other. So if you kind of meet someone when you're feeling not very great, then maybe you need to kind of be like, okay, I'm kind of feeling low vibe right now, and this person's like come into my life. Does that mean that they're low vibe too? Like just kind of checking in with yourself in order to kind of see what's coming towards you. But I feel more the first message that if you start to use this, then you know that whoever's coming towards you is for your highest good. What affirmations? I release my fears and problems. I feel only peace in my mind and body as I drift off to sleep. So if you have any fears or concerns or any more healing to do involving like love and partnerships, maybe this is just to help you release all of that and cultivate a sense of inner peace, help your mind and body relax and sleep properly in preparation for this new phase, this new chapter, because let's be honest, y'alls are going to be doing it a lot. There's a lot of attraction here, so once that door gets opened, it's you may be in the room often. We have, today is a new day. I will have many wonderful new experiences. I am loved, I am safe, and so it is. So this is going to be a totally new experience. You can trust it, is what I actually feel like. As long as you have those conversations and get really clear with each other, you may need to be the one that, opens up these conversations and makes room for them. But then once you have those conversations, I think that you can trust that this is a new experience. It's not like the last time. You're loved, you're safe, and everything is well, all is well. And on the bottom of the deck, you have the more love I allow out. No, the more love. I have botched so many words today. You can tell I always know I'm not grounded if I can't read properly, because my mind starts to do 1,000 different things while I'm reading, and then that's why I stutter my words, is because I'm thinking about something completely different. The more love I allow to flow out from me, the more there is within me and the more I receive. So, give the type of love that you wish to receive. We did get that message that I feel like maybe both of you were trying to play it safe and hold on to your feelings and play your cards close to your chest, because maybe neither of you were opening up. And then that's why it didn't happen. So it's like you were waiting for the other one to give a signal, but it didn't come, and so it just died instead. So I feel like if you're open and you give love, I feel like there's a lot to be received as well, but maybe you just need to open that opportunity, or open that door, like I said before. And because as it says over here, you find your own love when you're meeting people. So whatever love you're giving is probably what you're going to receive from others as well. So I think that you're being encouraged to open up a little bit, let love flow out of you, and surround yourself with it. Even if it is coming from within you, I feel like it's going to help you receive more love, and in new ways too. So that's what I'm seeing for you, group 3. A beautiful next chapter could be on the cards for you, literally on the cards. So don't forget to like and subscribe if you've enjoyed this reading. But if this is where I leave you, take care, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe, and I will see you again soon.